Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. It's 2024. We have a full year in front of us. We have new beginnings, fresh starts. We're all coming off of the holidays and whatever the season was for you, it's okay, right? Maybe you ran really hard in your life and your business. Awesome. Maybe you didn't. Oftentimes what we see as leaders, those of us that have been doing this a few years, what happens is we start meeting with our team about this time of year and we hear the same things. We hear, I need to get plugged back in. I need to figure out what to do next. I don't know, and listen, that is your brain playing tricks on you because have you been taking your products every month? Yes. Have you probably been posting a little bit on social media? Yes. Are you plugged into your business? Yes. Do you know who's taking products? Yes. Do you still have the list you have? Yes. So don't fall. First, I want to say don't fall for the lie. Yeah, y'all know I have the old dog. He's asking me to let in. Don't fall for the lie that you are out of your business. First and foremost, here, say it out loud. I have been in my business the whole time. I've been in my business the whole time. You are not unplugged. You are not a mechanical device. You are a human that probably has thought about your business 100 gazillion times. You're in your business. Okay. So first of all and foremost, we're taking that ground back. My name is Shanna. If you don't know me, I am a 3-star elite in 3. I've been in network marketing about 6 years. I'm not going to go into my story. The leaders are not going to go into their story today. And that is a gift to you. We're going to tell you in the shortest amount of time what you need to do in each of these categories. We're going to give you a fully equipped toolbox. If you are somebody that says, I love connecting with people in person, you are going to be so equipped today. If you say, I am working full time, I have the tiniest margins, but I still want to build this and I don't want to meet with anybody in person. Guess what? Your toolbox is going to leave here full. Everybody hear me? Your toolbox is leaving here full. You're going to have an array of things put in front of you with the best of our team coming in front of you and saying, here's the best way to use this tool. Here's how I think about this tool. Here's how I close with this tool. Y'all with me? Okay. So first and foremost, let's start with, we need to know what our goals are. Okay. So again, you're getting the Cliff Notes version, high level. What do you need to know about goals? We need to get some right thinking about it. But first and foremost, you want to have, you don't need to, and you don't should. Hear my language on this. Do you need a goal? No, you won't die without one. But do I think that you'll really reach your potential without having a goal? No. I use this phrase all the time. If I say, I'm going to the store, what do you want? And Jamie says, I want ice cream. And Bonnie says, I want a Snickers bar. And Mindy says, I don't know. I'm going to come back and she's going to get ice cream. She's going to get a Snickers bar. Mindy's going to get nothing because she didn't know. You've got to know right now what you're working towards. And listen, it's not a rank. It is a rank, but it's what the rank gets you. Get the motions involved, right? We'll kind of circle back to this, but right now on your piece of paper, number 1, what is my 30, 60, 90-day goal? Do you have bigger goals than that? Yes, but let's put some mile markers on because 30 days in, we want to know where you're at. 60 days in, you want to know where you're at. 90 days in, you want to know where you're at. So that's where we're going to lay our foundation. I want you to think about goals a little bit differently because a lot of your goals are going to be lined up with your belief system. Okay. I am going to talk a little bit out of this book, Atomic Habits. If you haven't read it, this is really helpful. I'm going to teach you some principles out of it today. But number 1 is who are you, right? So if you say, I'm using the example of, if you say, I want to be consistent in my business. Who has told themselves that in the last week? I need to be consistent in my business. That without a definition means nothing. Okay. So I'm going to use an example of this. If I say, I need to work out. Okay. As somebody who works out 5 days a week, they never think that. You know what they think? I work out. This is what I do. So your goals, what we're going to talk about today is going a little bit deeper, right? You have the first level, which is the goal. And then we're going to talk about some of the systems that need to support that goal. And then we're going to go into the identity, which is the real secret sauce to meeting your goals. So I'm coming at you like fast and furious. So the goals are about the results that you want. The systems are about the processes that lead you to those results. And if you follow systems, it takes care of yourself. At the very end of today, we're going to give you a challenge and you're going to pick the time frame based on your goals. Okay. And so then when you say, this is what I want to accomplish, you'll work backwards and you'll say, okay, well, what would this look like on a daily basis? What would this look like on a weekly basis? And what would this look like, in identity? Who am I? Who would I have to be? And so we're gonna hang out there and just here in just a second. I want to give you some time. I'm watching my time, guys. So I want you to take a minute. You got pen and paper? 90-day goals. I want you to, as soon as you have them, drop them in the chat. You don't even have to share them here, but share in the chat that you have your 30, 60, 90-day goals. We're doing this right now. You're not going to do this later. This isn't homework. Right now, 30, 60, 90-day goals. I'd love to see some in the chat. Okay. Chase has got an outcome, 20 new brand ambassadors. Lindy's got 90-day, 40 new team members. Okay. These are great. 5 new, she's tracking on her team what's coming out of it. And at least 10,000 in pay in the next 90 days. Awesome. Nobody's comparing. Okay. Nobody's comparing. That you're going to hear these, you're going to hear people's big goals. And listen, it matches. This is like quicksand number 1. One of the things that I want to do today in every part of this is I want you to have like a little side note. Where am I going to run into obstacles? Right? So even on this very first level, comparison to other people that shuts me down. Okay, that's an obstacle. Like we're solving for all of that on the front end. Okay. If you can stay out of quicksand, if you can see it as quicksand up ahead, right? Okay. So start there. We've got your goals, whatever they are. Number 2, I want you to take a few minutes and I want you to think about the habits that get you those outcomes, right? So, okay. So like, let's take an example. Somebody said a quantity number of team members. Okay. That's math. This is easy. Now, y'all know for every 10 people that you ask to take a look, about 3 actually will, and about 1 will become a brand partner. Okay. So if I'm scrolling back to somebody who said, let's say you want 10 new team members, you understand you need to have, you want to have 100 asks. Okay. So what's an obstacle that's going to come for that you need to solve for it? Do you like it when people ignore your messages and they ghost you, or does it shut you down? Ooh, I see some people looking up at me. Okay. Okay. Listen, if you know the statistics ahead of time, and if you're brand new, oh my gosh, you're probably thinking that you are drinking off of a fire hose today. You're welcome. Just grab what sticks, and this is going to be recorded. It's going to be there, and you have amazing support to plug into, right? But if you know, that's quicksand for you, right? Okay. So 70 people are going to either tell you no or ignore you. What do you have to, so now, okay, do you see how we're unpacking what am I doing and to get those results? What am I not doing now to get those results? What have I avoided doing? A good question to ask yourself. What have I actively avoided doing? What has been on your list that has moved? This is not to condemn you. This is not to say you're behind. This is the most valuable part of your business when you can identify something that you're avoiding because you just were given on a platter some wrong beliefs. And these beliefs are the things that are going to stand between who you want to become and the results that you're wanting to get. Does that make sense? Like in Atomic Habits, I love how he uses the example of if somebody is quitting smoking and I offer you a cigarette and you say, no, I'm quitting. You've identified yourself as a smoker who's struggling with quitting. If I say, hey, here's a cigarette, and you say, oh, no, I'm not a smoker. Like feel the different power of that identity, right? So what we're wanting to do, and again, you're gonna see us talk, get yourself into masterminds. We will drop those schedules, but masterminds we have those three or four a week. You'll want to get in there, and this is where you bring the drama that comes up around the things. And y'all, this is you came here because you think you need strategy. You think you need skills and strategy. Okay. How many times have you heard from the leaders in network marketing that they say, and I'm going to say business in general, 80% of it's mindset. This is what I'm talking about. So if you're not going to take a look at the things that keep coming up on why you're not reaching out, I'll use a perfect example. I don't want to reach out because I'm going to feel salesy. That is a belief thing, right? Does Lindy Turner ever feel salesy? No, she doesn't, right? And so like the fact that somebody else thinks differently than you is proof that it's available to you to think differently as well. Is this good? Is this helpful? Is this laying the groundwork that we need? Okay. Awesome. So we wrote down the outcomes, some outcomes for your 90-day goals. And number 2, what are some habits and systems that you'll need to change to be the kind of person who is doing that, right? Like think of the you who is making, if your goal is 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month, or even 20,000 a month, you've got to get real with yourself, because the habits, these daily habits, are where the magic is. You will overestimate what you can do in the next 90 days. You will underestimate what you can do with the tiniest habit changes long-term. That's what you're looking. You are not looking to say, oh my gosh, I'm going to wake up 2 hours early. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to call 100 people a day. You may need to start with like one person a week and be real, right? Like you've got to, part of this is when we get to number 3, the identity. When you think about the person who gets up early, who makes those calls, what is she thinking? Because she's not thinking, I'm afraid of being salesy. You know where she's sitting? She's like, I know how I'm helping people. Like I can guarantee you, Jamie on here constantly thinks like, I've literally helped so many people like radically change their health. Oh my gosh, there are literally people that their worlds are going to change as soon as they are, they learn about what I have. She's not thinking I'm worried about being salesy. She doesn't care. The 80, 70 ghosts and no's she's going to get, she's ready for. You know why? Because she has confidence in what she's getting to those 30. Okay, good. So identity, this is again, I'm going to say, I'm going to quit talking. I want to give you a couple minutes to literally picture the you that is doing the things that you want to accomplish. What is she doing differently than you? What are those actions? And then go a little deeper. What is she thinking? What is the you that's making whatever X amount of dollars a month? What is she thinking about who she or he is? You're welcome, John. Sorry. Okay, I see some people starting to look up. We're gonna keep moving. Next, I want to spend a little bit more time on some systems. When you are doing this, and again, hop in a mastermind, flesh this out with a leader, let them literally, if you are like, I need somebody to hand this to me even more broken down, get on a mastermind. But one of the things, the next step is you're going to say, I will do what, at what time, where. I will make my list of 10 today at 5 p.m. sitting on my couch or at my desk or solving for those problems ahead of time keeps you out of funky territory. Okay. Everything that you say you're going to do, those components you want to have there. All it is we're just solving for problems. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do during this time, so let me go start a load of laundry since I don't know what I was going to do anyway. No. Decide what you're going to do. Not when you're going to work. What are you going to do? When are you going to schedule it? Where are you going to do it? Okay. Because I see a lot of, oh, I scheduled my work hours. You best know what you want to do in those work hours, or you're going to have avoidance behaviors. Any bit of confusion is going to send you spinning, and you're going to avoid. It's called buffering. And all of a sudden you're going to say, you know what? If my desk were clean, it would be so much easier for me to reach out to all these people. Called you out on it. I see y'all. Okay. I only know this because it's me. It's the brain. We all do it. Okay. I also want to, I'm going to hammer this home and grab Atomic Habits. If you're a reader, get in that book. You'll use it over and over again in your lifetime. Some things to think about is this very definitely applies to network marketing. You want to think about the systems. That's why we're talking about the what are you doing, the where, the when. That's a system rather than the goal. What happens, goals, understand that winners and losers both set goals. That is not, setting a goal is not entirely of its own what will differentiate you from achieving it, right? How many times have you set a goal that you didn't reach? Okay. Setting a goal in of itself isn't going to be just the answer. Number two, that one of the problems with focusing on the goal rather than the system is that achieving the goal is a momentary change, right? So, which leads us to number three, goals restrict your happiness. It's this idea that I'll be happier when I earn the trip. I'll be happier when I achieve 3-star. I will feel more confident reaching out when I'm making X amount of dollars a month. Okay. So there's this idea that in order for me to feel better, I have to end up here. That's not how it works. Don't you want to have systems that are identity based, that you can sit down and feel confident regardless of the outcome? Because this is just who I am. This is just how I show up in the world. And this is just what I do. And it blesses people. And I'm not going into details of this because different personalities are going to grab different pieces. Some of you, it's about connection. Some of you, it's about the fun. Some of you, it's like, just tell me what I get at the end and I'm just going to do it. Some of you are like, oh, it's all about the how. I've got it all figured out. These are the steps. Like, that's going to speak differently to every one of you. And that's totally fine. And then number 4 is, what happens is a lot of times if you set a goal, you stop doing what you achieve to get the goal as soon as you achieve it. This happens big in network marketing. You'll see people go on a big recruiting spree to earn a trip, and then for 6 months they recruit nobody because they are associating the actions with the outcome. And when they achieve the outcome, they end up with this big low time. So no. Decide who you are, have systems. If you hear our team, we talk about really studying what you're doing quarterly. Like instead of saying, I'm going to go on a run, this is the first quarter business run. We're just doing what we do. And later we're going to have some data and we can look back and we can say, wow, man, I didn't do much in quarter 2. What was going on? Like it's just data. If you had a traditional business, like when I had my flooring company, I didn't be like, oh, we're going on no, like it's data and you understand how to work within the data. Okay. That's what I've got. Do you feel good on the time that you've had to workshop this? Do you want another couple minutes or can we keep moving?